Want to know what a real man would tell their lady about love and life? You're in the right place. This is Hello Ladies with Rom Wills. Rom Wills is an author, speaker, and proud father. Grab some wine, sit back, and enjoy.
Hello, ladies. Welcome to my spot. Don't expect the worst from a man. Ladies, I'm going to tell you something that really messes with many women. Now, I've said before, a third of my consultation clients are women. And indeed, I probably, if I go like lifetime doing consultations, coaching, probably had as many women as men, or like the numbers are very close. One of the things I found with a lot of women talking with y'all, either professionally or just having regular conversations, many of y'all will meet a man and and he's showing some good qualities, but then many of y'all will expect the other shoe to drop. Y'all expecting the worst from him. You know, he's treating you well and doing all this, and he's like, well, you know, I'm waiting to see what he's going to do wrong. What he's going to do, like he's going to do something bad. Oh, you know what? He looks good and he's cool. He got some charisma. Oh, he must be a player. And then here's the thing, and I always say this, a man could have 8 things going for him. No, he could have like 10 things with him. 9 of them are very good things. But then as soon as that one thing pops up that, quite frankly, he could be working on trying to change because, you know, I don't care how good a man is, he's still human. You ready to kick him to the curb. You looking for it. Ladies, if you're looking for something bad, I can guarantee you're going to find it for one simple reason. You looking for it. You paying attention to every little thing he doing instead of just going, relaxing and going with the flow. Now, something pops up, hey, that happens, but if you look for it, you're going to find it. Indeed, if you're looking for it if you really intent on finding something, you want to magnify something that's normally small into something major. Because you're looking for the drama. You already expect the worst. And I understand how it could happen sometime. Okay, you dealt with that knucklehead when you were young. And you know what? Quite frankly, he was a dog. You know, that pretty smile did you in. Those gray sweatpants did you in. Yeah. And stuff. So, you start looking for that in all the men instead of just saying, boom. Like I dealt with this woman one time, man. She kept saying, well, her ex did this, her ex did that, would I do that? I was like, okay, why don't you just chill out and see what I'm going to do? You know, instead of looking for something, just have some fun. And if something pop up, we'll deal with that. Because I said, I'm not your ex. Because I said to her, I remember I said to her, I said, if he was so good or he was so this and that, why you still talking about him? You know? Seriously. But she was dealing with me, or she came into the situation already expecting the worst. And I had a few women I've dealt with, like relationship-wise, you know, talking and all of that. As an aside, it's amazing people don't say that anymore. You know, talking and everything. They're already looking for the bad stuff. It's like, yeah, I don't know about you. I was like, well, damn, why don't you take your time and get to know me? You know, because they expecting the worst. When you look for the worst, you find it. You're already expecting it because you're going to find it. You're going to elevate little things into a bad thing. Ladies, I heard a lot of y'all because there's been a lot of women I talked to professionally had a good man and he might have did something minor. Like if a man did something major, I'd be like, oh, you had to go. You know, yeah, you did the right thing. But sometimes it's just something minor that could have been worked on and a woman kicking the guy to the curb. And then when they deal with a whole bunch of other men who really legitimately do some worse things, then they looking back at that guy who did something minor that could have been worked on, you know, and saying, you know, should have stayed with him. I've heard a lot of women tell me that. But you shouldn't have been looking for the worst in a man to begin with. Ladies, look, here's the bottom line. Ain't no man out here perfect. Ain't no man. Y'all find, in fact, you know what? Sometimes a big problem is a lot of women looking for that perfection. I remember the very first thing I wrote that actually got me involved in relationships. It was a work of fiction, a short story called The Perfect Man. And a lot of women bought it for that title. And it said I had a lot to say it in the form of fiction. And a lot of women actually told me, yeah, they had a problem. They were looking for that perfect man instead of the realistic man, instead of the man who's a work in progress like every single human out here. And to me, ladies, they'll get rid of that good guy for some small thing and then wonder why they spend the next 20 years of their lives just going through some drama. And then they want to get back with, sending the hey big head text to that guy they dealt with that they should have held on to. I've seen it a lot. Shoot, personally, I've been on the end of it at least a couple times. Been on the end of it. And, I was just like, wow, okay, you did all this, but now you want to come back? You shouldn't have been looking for the worst. You look for the best. See, here's the thing. Focus on the best. I would tell this to men too. Focus on the best. When the bad stuff come up, it's not a bad thing because everybody is supposed to be working on themselves. Every man got something he got to work on. You could help him work through it, just like you got some stuff. Ladies, how would you feel? Seriously, ladies, I want you to think about this. How would you feel if a guy was just looking for the best? Ladies, because I know a lot of y'all don't like what some of these guys be saying, especially in these YouTube spaces, because they don't really apply to you. You prefer a guy ain't thinking you going to be a gold digger. How many of y'all really met a guy? Y'all know you ain't a gold digger because you got your own money. You probably got more money than him. How you feel when some guy, just because you expect him to pay on the date, which ain't unreasonable, is really not, and stuff. How many of y'all had that guy, he ready to kick you to the curb because you didn't want to pay part for the date, even though he asked you on the date? How many of y'all? And that's something, look. Think about it. Or a guy saying, shoot, you had sex with 3 men. And some guys saying, oh, no, I can't mess with you. How many times have you caught it? So one of the things you want to think about is, hey, if you don't like it, don't think we like it. And I'm serious, seriously. Like I said, be reasonable. Like I always say, okay, if he, it's reasonable to expect him to have some basics. And really, he should have some good sense, too. It's reasonable, but you gotta be realistic. None of us are perfect. None of y'all are perfect. Go in expecting, looking for the best in a person and stuff. And then when you come across some stuff that need to be worked on, then y'all work on it. And sometimes to work on, you might have to just point it out, just like a man might have to call you on something. All right, he can be peaceful and say, look, you need to work on this. Okay, boom. That's actually a good thing. It ain't always a bad thing. So I want y'all to think about that. Don't expect the worst from a man. All right, ladies, really think on that. So I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.